It's amazing how when you combine faith with perseverance, that things just happen. They don't just happen, but you know what I mean. That the Lord will open doors. David called me today at 1 o'clock. Compost place closes at 3. And said, I'm leaving Fort Pierce. We'll get some compost. Logistically, he had to be Richard Petty to get home in time to do that. But he did. And we went to get compost. Another thing that I mentioned this earlier in a different video that I had just given to God. Because logistically I could not work it out. So I just kind of gave it up and persevered with bag compost, kept what I wanted to do, stayed on course with that. We went to get the compost. We checked in with our lady there at Waste Management, and we found out they don't have any. They're out. So maybe next week. So, quick Google search, I found a place called Landscape Services, landscape something. And this is their topsoil. And when you move this and work with it, first of all, I really like it. I like the consistency a lot. You can smell the compost. Talking to the lady that works there, they make it with the compost from Waste Management. Approximately the same price per cubic yard. It was $26-ish, less than $30. They have a potting mix that I couldn't afford because it was a little over $30 a cubic yard. But yeah, you can use this to help amend the soil in the gardens I'm working in and the future ones. So, real fine wood chips, real fine. But the soil's real fluffy, real light. I like that. I like it a lot. And we'll see. It's sandy. But that's Florida. I mean, you expect it to be almost. But definitely amended. And like I said, I can smell the compost in it. So, interesting. Another answered prayer. Another answered prayer. Been a lot of those lately. Okay, let's take a walk around and I can tell you what I've been up to. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. If I sound silly, I'm sorry. Okay. You're familiar with this garden. I mentioned and showed David using the tiller and mentioned that we had that on loan from my dad. And last night, after dark, too late for a video, I learned how to use it. Or at least I learned how to crank it. And turn it on. Because yesterday morning, me trying to do that was a disaster. Bad. But anyway, this is what I tilled. And I was going to come back in here today and redo it and, get a little more familiar, continue to be more familiar. Now I can work in some of that soil and till it again. Maybe there was a reason why I didn't get to it today. I came in and planted lots of bunching onions, green onions, in between the tomatoes. I'll show you one of them. They all look about the same. Right down. Is that in frame? Yep, there it is. There it is. And I've got some basil as well. Threw some basil seeds in between. Doing a little bit of companion planting. Not like, I don't know, I say not doing an extreme, but we know me. It might be. Came in here with some too, and I planted more immediately. They seem to be good to companion plant with anything. Our peppers, I've decided to bring all the sweet peppers out here and keep all the hot peppers in the container garden slash faith garden. So these are Mamma Mia Galileo on this side. Yes, I had the tiller in here. I wanted to till just the walkway, but well, I will. I'll come back. Our eggplant's doing real well. Moringa, I broke it off, stuck it in the ground, never even lost its blooms. Lost all the leaves, didn't lose any blooms. But we've got 3, 6, 9, 10 Mamma Mia Galileo peppers there. And I have more seeds coming from Kitchen Botanicals that should have been shipped today. They'll see. Maybe tomorrow. I got free shipping, so I wasn't expecting anything quick, trust me. And these 3 are the Merlot or Merlot. Depends on who you ask. And our yellow zucchini, we lost 2. But that's okay, because I lost one that was right here, and it would have been a little bit of an obstacle even getting in here. So I'm fine with that. Lost another one right there. I had 3 or 4 more seeds that I was waiting for them to germinate, and they didn't. So I'm just going to leave it blank. I can leave it like that. It's okay. It's not going to... Once those vines start going and filling in, you won't even realize that there isn't one there. Or so I hope. That's how it's supposed to go. I did the video of David doing the tilling. He was tilling this garden. My oldest son came by today and, well, met me out here. Come by. It's an hour and a half drive for him. He didn't exactly stop by. But he came out today, met me here, and he helped me hang this. He held it up while I got it zip tied. And so I'll come back around to it tomorrow and put some chicken wire around it, get it more rabbit safe. This is carrot court. Carrot court. The first row of carrots is a mixture of the Chardonnay and rainbow variety that I sprouted in seed trays, transplanted up, and then transplanted out here. I know that is not the way people traditionally do carrots, but I have a very hard time keeping the seeds damp so that they do germinate. So I find when they're more under my eye in the seed trays that they just get more attention. I have 25 or 30 of them in the container garden over in the Faith garden that I did this with, and they seem to be growing great. Only time will tell. But I took all the rest of my carrot seeds, which was like 3 or 4 different varieties. I'm sorry that my dog's being like silly in the background. Really silly. She's rolling and making that crazy noise. Look at her. And you guys can't see her face because of the shadow. What are you doing, Cora? What are you doing? I love you, Cora. She's getting so big. Okay. Oreo out. I took 3 or 4 packets of seeds. Some that I got to start right there, and some that I hadn't tried yet. And then they were all old, like everything else well, almost everything I've planted. But mixed them all up, and I got them planted out here. And I got the boards over where I planted them to hopefully help me keep the seeds moist. That's my thought process anyway. We'll see. I'm trying, but I also have another seed packet of carrot seeds coming, so I can work with it. I'll fill in what doesn't work out. Not too crazy. Not gonna worry about it too much. But this is carrot court, and it's a little 8x10, 8x12 garden with just carrots. Might end up with pole beans in it. I heard that they grow good, and I could do those along the edge. So, maybe. We'll see. And I've already showed you Brassica Bay, and it is completely done. Oh, maybe I didn't bring you in. Did I? I don't remember bringing this up in a video. Maybe I haven't done a video since I did it. Sorry for spinning you like that. We finished planting this up, and I can go through and tell you what I've got in here. These first few rows I know were done when I did the first video, and this is different varieties of cabbage. There is a early snowball variety, and the Haas Tools. Something's been eating the leaves. I know what that something is. I'm spraying. I probably won't get to spray this evening because I need to get dinner started, but I will spray tomorrow evening. And this is the graffiti cauliflower. So we've got, I'm sorry, these are cauliflower, not cabbage. Told you I was sleepy. And then on row number 2, this might be where I have cabbage. Yep. This is Copenhagen and Tropic Giant cabbages. I've got some more coming. Looks like I've got a few that died off there. I can come and plug them in and have a little succession planting with them. And on row number 3, let me find a tag. They all don't have tags. This is also a cabbage. It's Copenhagen. And I think this is all Copenhagen cabbage. Plugged in a few cucumbers that I had sprouted where I've got some die off. And I planted 25 or 30 of a different variety that I wanted to try. I don't know if I'm happy with this variety or not. I mean, kind of look at it. I might be looking for something more disease resistant. But, you know, we'll see. I'm not too discouraged. It's really early, you know. Okay, and in this row, again, I'm looking for a tag. This is Green Magic Broccoli all the way down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 of those in that row. Our collards are looking pretty good. They're right there. See the green stickies for pests, flies. And in this row, which is probably new to you, I have Freedom Hybrid Cauliflower all the way down. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, looks like we had one die off, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of those. And then down this row, which is not sprouted yet, I direct sowed it and I almost had to, and I can explain to you why, is purple and green pak choi. And the purple, I think I showed you this in a different video, came in a strip that's all perfectly spaced. So about every 18 inches, 2 feet, maybe 3, I don't know, every so often there's about a 6 to 8 inch spot that's going to be all green. And then I finished off the row with the green. And this is a stir fry oriental type cabbage that will withstand the heat real well, so hopefully we do well with it. It's my first time growing it. I have it going in the container garden over in the Faith Garden, and it's beautiful. And it's looking great. So this one's done. Carrot is 99% done. I'm going to continue working in the nightshade area over there. I have, in that seed order that I'm expecting, I've got tomatoes and peppers, and I'm going to kind of just keep that. I mean, they're a squash, but, you know, mainly nightshades over there. And this one is probably going to be collards, kale, spinach, things that don't actually produce a head or a fruit. Well, cabbage does, but you know what I mean. because it gets a lot of shade. So I am going to keep things that don't take as much sun there. And out there, that one I just have marked off way out there, that is going to probably be either leftovers, what extra plants, or sweet potatoes, or maybe a combination of both. We were invited to participate in an event for Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department. There's a toy drive for them out here that involves horses, toys for trots for toys or something. I don't know for the name of it. But anyway, a friend of mine helps host it, and she invited me. Every year they try to give the officers something. They take up a collection or whatever. But with the pandemic and obvious reasons, they know that people just can't afford that this year. So what they've asked people to do is they're going to give them produce baskets or produce bags. So I'm planting a lot in hopes of being, I called her and said, I really don't need 77 broccoli plants. You want some? And she's like, no, but here's what I'd like you to do with them. Go ahead, get them planted, grow them up, and donate them. Well, okay. I can do that. So we're going to participate in showing our law enforcement appreciation and thanking them for what they do for the citizens and the children of Okeechobee. And I thought that was kind of a cool thing to get invited to go do. All right, folks. I need to go start dinner. I have sweet potatoes to cut up. We're having sweet potato tater tots tonight, by the way. If you don't watch Crazy Days or Deep South Homestead, I think it was on Crazy Days. Gotta go see what Wanda did with sweet potato tater tots. I'm copying it tonight. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But, let's talk. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Engage. Where are your fall gardens right now? How are you growing on? All right. Talk to you soon.